Fireworks! Welcome everybody to the Rumblecast. Hang on, we need to have a really long opening ceremony.
Oh yeah, we do. Has everyone got like their flags and stuff and they're coloured?
Dennis Rodman, you enjoying this, buddy? It's the Rumblecast, and we are here today to talk about Collision in Korea at WCW. What did you say? NWA, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
It's NWA, WCW, NJPW, New Japan. Yeah. Collision in Korea.
DP Car, oh my god, whatever the initials are.
Yeah. All the companies.
I'm being shocked.
It's a peace mission. It's not a wrestling pay-per-view.
Yes. It's also not, the official name was Pyongyang International Sports and Culture Festival for Peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
See where it's full name.
But I am your host, Jake. I am joined as always by my wonderful co-host who's never been to a communist country as far as I'm aware, Sleuth.
Have I been to an ex-communist? I might be to an ex-communist country.
That's
but not
okay.
current communist country.
That's okay by the flag. And we're joined by our illustrious favourite guest, who always comes on when there's some kind of scandal in the wrestling event. Hello, Angel Interceptor. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me on for this one. Did I choose this?
You kind of suggested it after Heroes of Wrestling, because then Jake said he'd never seen it.
I'd never heard of this.
Never seen it. You'd never heard of it. So we thought, well, why not? Let's put it on.
Yeah, we'll put it on our docket. That is very chaotic.
Thinking, it's going to be 8 matches of just pure athleticism, and there's going to be no story behind it whatsoever. Just, we're here to talk about the wrestling.
I think you incepted this in Sloop's mind, and it was just to make her choose the episode.
Yeah. Well, no. To be fair, the Survivor Series was yours, wasn't it? That was yours,
the Deadly Games.
And then this is Angel's. And the next one, it'll be mine, which I'll not say yet which one I've got.
Oh, you're good at the tease. Right, so how do we start this one? So this is an interesting show. It has a lot of political intrigue surrounding it. And as far as I'm aware, it was kind of the brainchild of Antonio Inoki, who sort of decided he would try and do some sort of peace talks with North Korea.
I think the phrase you're looking for is face saving.
Yeah, he was trying to get re-elected. So as always the case, weird choices are made by politicians. And if anyone doesn't know about Antonio Inoki, he is a wrestler and promoter and the top star. Yeah, and then moved into politics after he was done being the top star.
Yeah, and also known for kicking the shit out of Muhammad Ali's legs in a match.
God, yeah, I forgot about that.
So yeah.
And he factors in again. Sorry.
That was 20 years before this, right?
It was in I think it was the early 80s when he was doing all that.
I thought it was 1976, and it was this weird kind of mixed boxing wrestling match.
It was like a MMA type fighty. Yeah, it was. It was
the first ever MMA match.
Oh yeah,
it's released on pay-per-view.
They invented it. So yeah, he.
Oh, how far it's come.
Yeah, it's through his weird political connections and through his mentor, he has connections to North Korea because is it Ricky Doza? Yeah,
Ricky Dozan, yeah.
Who had escaped North Korea and went to Japan.
This is one thing I want to bring up. So they mention it in the commentary about Ricky Dozan and how he was North Korean and all this sort of thing. He's a big name in North Korea. I don't think he was. If you consider, he left North Korea and didn't live in North Korea and have a career in North Korea.
Didn't he leave it before it was even North
Korea? Yeah. He left.
It was when it was unified.
Yeah, he left in, years before, went to Japan and worked in Japan. So I question if the North Korean public at that time had ever been exposed to Ricky Dozan or even knew who he actually was and how big of a deal he was.
Yeah, and his death was apparently mysterious, according to that article Angel you shared earlier, in that they weren't sure if it was the Yakuza killed him because he was pretending to be Japanese, or he died in a mob bar or restaurant and maybe was caught in a crossfire or something.
Yeah.
nuts.
It's one of those lovely mysteries, isn't it? It's just like some intrigue into the entire show, and
so yeah, we don't really know who Inoki. I don't know if it's out there, but we're not sure who Inoki made this deal with exactly. Possibly Kim Jong-il.
Just dictates that all of this was just like this is Inoki. This is just all Inoki. He's obviously just like, oh god, I can't even remember the bloody order of of dictatorship at this point.
Kim Jong-un, I think Kim Jong-il had just come to power. I think the year before. Kim Il-sung had just died a year or two before.
Yeah. So this is like really fucked up time period where it's been a year of authoritarianism, lots of genocidal stuff and starvations and
bit of famine chucked in there.
But let's what we should do is just like parade ourselves to the masses just to show that we're completely normal.
Yeah,
I can just imagine Antonio Inoki going, "What can I do? What's going to be best for my political ambitions? I'll get on the blower to this dictator nutter in another country, and who's just decided to kind of pop in because his dad's died, and lots of people are dying over there. Let's go and take some wrestling over." Or as Eric Bischoff kept putting it, was it what did he keep saying throughout the whole fucking thing? It was like wrestling diplomacy. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. These people are dying. These people are dying, but we're going to just show some really muscular men chucking themselves around to make them feel better.
And
I don't understand.
Bischoff... Sorry.
This is, it kind of annoys me because, like, in 1995, there was so much popular culture going, like a renaissance around the world. We could basically have Inoki come over to the UK, right? Britpop was just kicking off. We could have had some kind of like weird rock and wrestling too for the 90s.
Oasis Blue and Antonio Inoki. Yes, please.
Amazing, right?
In 1995 as well.
He has to choose which one he likes best.
Don't get Muhammad Ali out. Get Paul Gascoigne.
And we could have had Noel Gallagher versus Damon Albarn with Inoki as the special guest referee in a submission-only match.
There's a front cover of the NME from 1995 about the Battle of Britpop where they actually do a versus, like I think it was Liam versus Damon, like on the front page.
There you go.
Just Inoki, just underneath.
The chin of Inoki
made a mistake. He made a big mistake. He should have kept the UK instead of North Korea.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe he done that. Just got the wrong K.
Yeah, but we've touched on it though. So, who does he decide to get into business with? Like, who's the slimiest slime ball who will go to North Korea sight unseen and not feel any kind of remorse about political ramifications? Eric Bischoff.
Oh wait,
and the way he tells it is he just went, even though it's like technically illegal as an American citizen to appear over there, and he was like, I didn't tell my boss or anyone. Like, they hired the wrestlers obviously because they had that like New Japan link up with WCW, so they're like, you're booked here, and he was like, I'm going to. It's like,
that sounds very on brand for Ted Turner though. He has a bajillion quid dollars. Just put a good show on, I'll let you crack on and piss fart about.
There's a beautiful bit of commentary where Eric says, "Oh yeah, we went and met the vice president of North Korea. Yeah, we sat down, we had some lunch. Yeah, we just decided that this was a kind of wrestling diplomacy that we wanted to do." It's like that didn't happen that way, did it, Eric?
And the way they talk about it, like that, there was barely anyone like surrounding them. They were like in a hotel on the like on the 7th floor or something. No elevators until the military police wanted to use them. So they weren't actually meeting anybody, and I think Bischoff said the locals were scared of Americans, especially wrestlers, but even him, they were like sort of cowering away because they'd probably been taught they were evil.
The story about Eric Bischoff is he went for a run on the second morning, so they arrived on, like, it was a 5-day thing. On the second morning, he just decided, I'm going to go out for a bit of a run. I want to run. It's first thing in the morning, and the streets were deserted.
Yeah.
And he ran for about 10 to 15 minutes, and all of a sudden, everybody just walked past. They all came out exactly the same time to go to work. Right,
yeah.
You know, in the Truman Show.
Yeah.
You know, in the Truman Show, where everything is just...
Everyone's paused.
Yeah, it's his paws that just all have to go across at the same time. I think one of the Resident Evil films does it as well, quite well.
Yeah.
It's that, and then kids started crying because there was an American.
Yeah, the
and he got
boogeyman,
told,
the
no,
devil.
Do not do. Well, it is Eric Bishop. And he got told never to do that again. Just stay in your hotel. You are not allowed out first thing in the morning.
There's like
Which makes me wonder how he got past the guards in the hotel in the first place.
Yeah, there's like wild stories about like I think like Scott Norton said him and Benoit kind of ran away from the guards, but then there was just more guards like waiting up the stairs that just radioed ahead. And Scott Norton says they wouldn't let him call his family for like 3 days, and he was like newly married, so he had to like eventually get a phone call. And because he said
the Scott Norton story is wonderful.
Yeah,
because I think it's again the second day. It's before they've actually started wrestling.
Like,
2-day show. And he's phoned, I think it's his girlfriend rather than his like wife, and they've had an argument or something. And he said, I can't believe the state of this shithole.
Yeah.
And the line went dead.
Yeah.
And he's, and I think he gets taken away.
He said
someone definitely comes to his door.
So, I think the way he tells it in like some of his shoots is he had to get on the phone in the first place. He had to go to like the basement and ask a guy, like the operator, to dial out, and then he would have to run back to his room before like before she hung up on the other end. And when he did that, they took him to like a sub basement, like with guns and everything, and like grilled him, like interrogated him for like an hour and a half or something. He was like, I thought I was gonna die. And I'm just like, what? And like you said, this was 2 days before any event started, and they hadn't really met anyone.
Before any event started, and he's doing both days of the event as well.
So like Ric Flair won't really talk about this, but like Scott says he was like incredibly scared the entire time, and like I believe that because this sounds like my worst nightmare. Like,
it sounds horrendous. Like, I mean, I'm just imagine, because you're there. If you bear in mind, Ric Flair at the time had kids. He was married probably to his third wife or something by that point. But you've got a family there. You get taken to this country where you literally can't contact anyone.
They took the passports off them as well.
Took the passports off you. You came over on a transporter plane that wasn't even a proper chartered flight and all this sort of stuff.
It was a supposedly like this rickety plane.
Yeah, like a war plane.
Yeah, it was like one that was used in 1958 or something.
And they said like the airport. And they said the airport was deserted and stuff like that. Yeah.
I just can't imagine so the show overall, to be honest, is very mid. There's nothing special in it.
No.
But having to wrestle in those circumstances and still put on a vague show of competence was quite impressive, considering how terrified they must have all have been.
Rick seemed okay, but the story that I heard for Rick, which is why he was so terrified, is that he and Inoki and Muhammad Ali got invited to like not the presidential palace, but like there was some kind of like meal laid on for them, like as the representatives of all of this. And the people who were there started basically saying, "Oh, America, we could take down America or whatever."
Yeah.
And Muhammad Ali's turned around to Ric Flair and just said, "See, I told you these motherfuckers didn't like us." And because it was Muhammad Ali, they were just like, "We can't do anything."
Yeah.
Rick's there going, "Woo."
I'm surprised I can even understand him.
What's the limousine?
It's the Muhammad Ali thing is weird because apparently he was like jazzed to go or something. Like when he got invited, he was like, "Oh hell yeah," type of thing. But obviously, like we all know, like he's worldwide famous, but they do love him over in like Asia and stuff. Like even in like he's like in loads of animes, and it's just like he became this like larger than life character and stuff.
There's this argument that he was the most famous person on the entire planet for a couple of decades.
I could believe it. I was like
who else would be there like later on, like Princess Di or somebody somebody who is just like part of like everybody's lives and people talk about them.
Nikki
and
Campbell
Ali was like that for years. Yeah, Nikki Campbell. That's why you can't show Wheel of Fortune on YouTube.
Because Nikki Campbell is the one who's doing all the copyright
pulling the strings.
Don't show me in those waistcoats from 1991 ever again.
Yeah, because I was watching this like martial arts anime, which is like absolutely ridiculous, called Baki, which is like the main character's name. But anyway, Muhammad Ali's son's in it, and it's like all the martial artists who are like, you know, insanely like strong anime people are like, ah, yes, we loved Muhammad Ali. Your father was like the greatest fighter in the entire world. Yeah. It's like these guys who are like muscle mountains who like can rip people's arms off and stuff. And it's like, yeah, you still got the reverence like to this day. But
what's that called?
Oh, a Baki, like Baki.
Not as in tobacco, as in
Bak.
You would love it if you. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I need to know what this is.
Well, I'll give you the elevator pitch for what I've seen on Netflix. It starts out with martial artists, and loads of giant death row inmates break out all of a sudden because there's some kind of something in the air about needing to fight, and everyone goes to Japan, and then they have a tournament, and yeah. Then Muhammad Ali's
It sounds like a Jean-Claude Van Damme film, not gonna lie.
It does. It would be excellent. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, it kind of makes me a bit worried for Muhammad Ali's character, that he was kind of like, I'm just gonna go to North Korea. This is gonna be great. I'm like, could you know, just maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, I think at that point, yeah, you know, he was in the grip of the Parkinson's. He just probably thought, why not? Why the fuck not? What other opportunity will I get to go to this country?
And hang out with Eric Bischoff, though.
And hang out with Eric Bischoff and Inoki and, you know, some North Korean men that could kill me at any moment, but would choose not to.
He just wants to go out with his best mate, Scott Steiner.
Oh, can you imagine?
Just like sit in a hotel for 5 days. Well, Scott's incomprehensible. It's going to be wonderful.
So yeah, actually, we should probably do a rundown of like which sort of, you know, American wrestlers people would recognize were there first of all. But we had Too Cold Scorpio, Scott Norton.
Did you find? Did you say Too Cold Scorpio?
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously before Flash Funk, but like it was like a lot of the people were just like still under their previous gimmicks.
All right, they'd already moved on.
Point,
yeah.
Which I found a little bit fascinating. So you had, let's get the list up. You had Too Cold Scorpio still listed as Flying Scorpio.
Right, I did notice there was
at that point.
I did notice there was some Japanese names as well, because there was like Kid Pegasus for Chris Moore or whatever.
Yeah. Which again, was not used at like 2 or 3 years at that point. I think.
Was Flying Scorpio Too Cold's New Japan name? Because he was in New Japan.
I think you did have to switch your name, didn't you? Like when you go over sometimes, like Jericho was like Lionheart and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he was still Lionheart Chris Jericho.
Yeah, okay.
Like some people got to use that, but like, yeah, you're right. A lot of people did just go over there. Like that's why Hulk Hogan had that really weird name when he went over to Japan.
Oh,
Barry Scott.
Hulk Hogan was the first choice, by the way, instead of Ric Flair, but he was like, he just noped out of the whole situation.
I'm glad he noped, because I don't think it would have been as good a main event.
Can you imagine though? They probably would have that might have come up when he was at the conference recently. Like, aren't you an ally of North Korea?
Can you imagine convincing Hogan to lose for Inoki? He doesn't work for me, brother. Yes, but you're going to cause an international incident. I don't care. Doesn't work for me.
You do that thing where he kicks out at 3, so it doesn't look like he's lost. He's like, I nearly got up, dude.
Did they ever? Did Hogan and Inoki ever fight?
I bet
possibly in the 80s, perhaps. No, do you know what? If Hogan had went, it would have been either a double count out, a double pin, or a disqualification.
Like it went to time.
1983 for IWGP.
Wow. So yeah, they took the Steiner brothers as well.
Yes, the most stable of the the tag teams to take with you, and they took Road Warrior Hawk, also stable gentleman, to take along with you.
Who was apparently really ill and fought with Too Cold Scorpio a lot, but I don't know, because Scott Norton tells it like some of that stuff wasn't as big as they say it was, and he was like, in one of the shoots, he was like, I didn't like how Dark Side of the Ring made that out to be like as too big of a he was like the real situation we were in was like, you know, the North Korea stuff, like their fight didn't really factor in as things.
It's a bit of a weird one.
Despite the fact that one of them wanted to, but it was it Norton and Hawk, or was it
Hawk and Scorpio? I heard there was some eye gouging.
Yeah, Scorpio only tried to gouge his eye out or something.
Was it Scorpio that wanted to stab Hawk, or was it the other way around?
And they say that you tried, and like they sort of fought in the hotel hallways a bit, and then nobody really knows what happens.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
it's almost like some kind of military censorship going on there. I'm sure it ended up fine. Hands were shaken. They got on the same plane to go home.
Yep, but we had some cool New Japan wrestlers and stuff like that. Or was it all Japan? Sorry, or
no, it was New Japan. Japan.
Who was the who were the women wrestlers? Like what thing were they from?
That was so it was weird because Bull Nakano had been in WCW.
Yeah,
I don't know if she might have been in WWF on a couple episodes of Raw at that point.
She had left WWF about 3 months before this.
So she would have been floating around, I think. And Toyota was definitely New Japan, and Yoshida was definitely New Japan. Hokuto, I think, was also New Japan. I think Bull was the only one that kind of was dabbling in and out of America.
Well, if anyone does want to watch any of this stuff, it is all on YouTube, and I would say the women's match was my match of the night. I know, getting ahead of it, but
it was. I sent a message while I rewatched it earlier to someone saying that, do you know what? Like, and we'll come to this, because if we go through every single match, like
we'll try.
The fact that some of it was great.
So this is post commentated. Got Eric Bischoff, Mike Tenay, and a Japanese guy I didn't recognize.
It's Sonny Ono, but
speaking English. Yeah, it's
Sonny Ono who was like the leader of the Japanese stables on WCW, but this he's caught the refer to him as Mr. Ishikawa. I think.
I believe he was taken by someone. Like somebody insisted that Sonny Ono went over.
Oh, for translation, possibly.
For translation more than anything else.
Yeah, so
it kind of makes sense.
But they've got a very weird vibe. So post commentated, and everyone has to be polite about North Korea, and then they're doing a thing where the Japanese guy only likes the Japanese wrestlers and takes every opportunity to like say like Americans are terrible, like, you know, like, oh, look at this display of unsportsmanlike.
If you're doing post commentary, like that makes sense for the Western audience, because you still have to have it set out as, particularly if it's 3 people, you have to have
and you can't broadcast out of North Korea at all.
Well, you know, as far as you know,
I'm surprised they'll let them have the tips, to be honest.
One thing I did like about the very beginning, how that little intro at the beginning was, there was a bit where I think it's links to what you were saying earlier, Angel, about a meeting up with the vice president or whatever.
Yeah.
So, looked at camera and he kind of went, lots of government officials here from North Korea. And it felt like a little bit like a cry for help. But also like just stating the fact there's a lot of officials here from the government. Isn't there, everybody? Kind of thing.
As everybody came through the entranceway, and I hadn't really picked up on it until the last match, until the Flair match. But it was the same, I went back, it was the same for every single one. There's 2 people in general's uniforms just sat about 3 rows back on the left-hand side of the entranceway.
All right.
And as every wrestler comes out, you can just see them just like, just in case something happens as somebody walks past them. They flinch. just in case they have to react.
On high alert.
And once you've seen it once, you go back and it's terrifying, because it's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I think there was a lot of post like editing audio on this as well, because
God, yeah.
Everyone says the crowd was dead, but there is crowd noise, and doubt they were playing this music like at that volume either, because there's like the actual have like some entrance music and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right,
there was definitely some overdubs.
There were wrestlers who come out to not their music for a start.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio's WCW theme is used at one point.
Oh,
yes,
really?
I noticed that. I was wondering who that was. Yeah.
I can't remember who it was for, but randomly that just comes on. Somebody else's is as well, but it's just obviously ADR. They've just stuck it on there. The big one for me in terms of the audio was after one person wins. So if we come to it in a second,
Yeah.
like it was a squash match. It was Hawk,
And
the what a rush.
Yes.
Like it's so loud.
Yeah.
So loud. It's like that's what made me think, oh, this isn't.
And I feel like
live,
if they actually played that in the arena, it would have like terrified everyone. Okay, so
kids would have been crying.
Yeah, so right before we get into
as
some,
much as Eric Bischoff.
Oh no, but just before we get into some match rundowns, so this is technically the largest crowd in wrestling history at something like 100. Is it 190,000?
Yeah, over the 2 nights.
190,000 for night. Sorry, it's 150,000. It's 165,000. 190,000 claimed.
Yeah. So it
regardless, those are the two. Even 150, 165,000 are the two largest wrestling.
It gets that promoter bump of like, it's 200,000. So the thing is though, this was mandatory attendance from. I don't know how far they like had to canvas. If this was like as far as you go or immediate area, but the people who showed up had to be there, and none of them had ever really seen wrestling before, not on this scale anyway.
They know Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of media that would be allowed into the country.
Yeah.
They may know of Inoki because
of the Ricky Dozan thing.
There's not a great deal geographically between them, and some of that may have they didn't have a clue anybody else was.
Yeah, and
no idea.
The way they put it was that, I mean, I don't know if this actually happened, because when you think about it, Scott Norton talking to his driver, you'd think they would have a bug in the vehicle and he wouldn't be able to say this, but he says the driver told them they would get a bullet in their head if they didn't go, like all the people.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is like, but would the driver have actually said that if the driver was North Korean? Can he was sort of telling them about the area?
The story I heard is pretty much the same, but it was Scott Norton was in the car with Scott Steiner, and Steiner was really excited. It's just like, this is the biggest drawing event of all time.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Look at all of those people, and that's when the driver said, "Draw? What's draw?"
Yeah.
No, there.
Yeah, this is indentured, would you say? I don't know how you'd describe a forced crowd. And also, I'm guessing all of those people in the intro ceremony were forced to do that routine a million times.
If you've ever watched any kind of propaganda from there, then
they got all that.
Is forced.
I mean, it looks stunning. They did a great job.
Yeah.
It's obviously very well disciplined, very well organized, and it looked beautiful. But then you just think of all of the stuff.
Was it as good as the opening ceremony of London 2012? Though?
No, because it didn't have Kenneth Branagh doing some hooty drama in the middle of the stadium. Didn't have Queen.
You haven't got the Queen in there.
But it did have Dennis Rodman, which I saw a quick clip of in the crowd, I guess. A small crowd, though. There wasn't many people in the stadium watching the ceremony. It looked very... There was a lot of people flipping those cards and, making sort of patterns on the seats.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, Dennis Rodman is a mystery unto himself that I'm not ready to unpack here.
There's a lot going on with Rodman.
He's been notorious for being very, very friendly with the leadership and going over there even now.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Wasn't he a bloody, whatchamacallit? Not a diplomat, but like a thingy for North Korea from America.
Like an ambassador.
Like some kind of ambassador, yeah.
Yeah, like an ambassador type. Bit like Seagal was to Russia before he moved over there.
Yeah.
Decided that
pretty similar, yeah.
I only learned that recently. Andy's got that like bogus sort of police membership or whatever in some state.
The sheriffy thing. Yeah. Oh, he's also got a bogus wig as well.
Oh no, has he gone full wig?
Oh, have you seen Seagal's hair?
Well, I knew it was receding, like, you know.
No, if you really look at it, it's essentially a piece of carpet. It's a piece of carpet. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can't believe I'm googling Steven Seagal's hair in 2075.
What's it going to do to your algorithm?
It looks. If it's not, then it's. I can't describe what it looks like. It's just
right.
A piece,
do you know what it looks like? It looks like when I first saw, going back to Oasis, actually, we're going back to 1995, 1996. So, like, all the front pages went with, oh my God, Liam Gallagher shaved his head. It looks like that.
Yeah, awful.
It looks like that kind of hairline of like a 24, 25-year-old. Like,
it's insane.
When we're gonna do this, like new haircut, new me, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but the beard doesn't help. The picture I've actually got in front, like his beard looks like Rick Steiner's, which doesn't help.
Yeah, heavily dyed.
He looks like Rick Steiner. Jesus.
I can imagine them morphed together.
Oh God.
No.
I don't want to imagine that.
Rick was looking good tonight, but so the first match that comes on the TV version edit, because this was like a 2-night thing that they crammed into one. I guess they just picked the best matches and sort of.
It's 15 matches, and obviously because some people are doing double duty across the weekend.
Yes,
that most of them are.
Yeah,
yeah. You see a couple of them twice.
Yeah, they wanted to like make it look like it was just like one big event, as opposed to getting people on twice, which is understandable because a few matches do like pull up to the time limit.
Yeah, so like, and these were like some of the only sort of 7 Americans that have ever been in the country, so it's not as if you could hire more wrestlers to fill out the second night or anything.
Yeah, some of the Americans have been in the country and been let to leave the country as well.
Okay, yeah. Exactly, yeah, because doesn't Bischoff say something like, oh, apart from that horrible plane crash or something where some people got stranded there, and I'm like, Eric, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with the wrestling commentary.
Eric Bischoff is fucking insufferable for this entire thing.
I very much enjoyed when Eric was talking about Ric Flair as somebody who has survived multiple air crashes.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
We all know the one.
Yeah.
How many plane rides from hell has this man been on? Like, he's cursed. So yeah, speaking of cursed, our first match that comes on is Too Cold Scorpio versus Chris Benoit.
Yay!
The match of the criminals, to say the least. Murderers, I don't know.
One is currently going through the court system, so alleged.
Okay.
And the other is absolutely
never tried.
Never caught isn't the same thing, isn't it?
I got possessed by the YouTube comment section then.
Oh no, we'll be safe.
Well, the other one is absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, but Eric Bischoff is like, he's like doing a little explainer. He's like, this is a communist country, so like these people have like he's like trying to give us a very clean history lesson and stuff like that.
And he would say that shit, and then he would just talk about how well publicized the event is, and you know, how much the groundwork have been put in. Yeah, because
well, apparently they spent a year or something putting this probably just the opening ceremony together, because this is just a wrestling show.
I mean, beating people with sticks until they hold the card up correctly for an entire year. Well done, done, everybody.
I know. So yeah, like this match was like pretty interesting though, like, you know, wrestle wise, like it had a lot of like good moves and stuff. And when you think, I don't know if this was the first match ever like on the card of anything, but
it was the
11th match.
Oh, I thought it was a bit.
It's match 4 of day 2.
Oh, okay. So, because I did think like, oh, they're in a rhythm already. I was thinking like, are these the first guys to come out? But no, that makes sense.
They're not. Benoit faced Hiroshi Hase on night 1 in that third match slot, which Hase won. But Hase's in a tag team match on the other one. So
yeah, they at least did like try and switch the combinations up with people, which was nice. But then you can't say it's nice though, because the crowd was forced to be there, so it's really hard to talk about.
You said that they seemed it reminded me, the sounds reminded me, and this was from the off in the first match, of going to see wrestling in the late 80s and the early 90s when I got taken by my dad to go and see.
Yeah.
Like in a town hall where people occasionally go, whoop, like at a move.
Yeah.
But it's mostly murmuring. You can sometimes hear like crisp packets being like rustled.
How charming! I like that. I like that idea.
Just like, oh, we're really interested in this because somebody's got a gun over there. We're really, I went to some rough city halls.
Oh yeah. I hope Bischoff recorded like, ambient wrestle crowd sound. Like...
just occasional claps. Yeah, we'll put them in.
Part of me was thinking though, like when it is really, really quiet and like sometimes just like there is like a murmur of like a across the crowd when something happens. It's very, very SmackDown 2006 with the sequel part.
Yeah.
It's very much just like, yep, just press the button and close. It's that. It happens a lot, and it's got like audience reactions. I think the one time the audience reacts in this match is for the flying headbutt.
Yeah.
Because it's a big, big move. But they to be fair, given everything going on, given the length of the match as well, it's fine. It's a good match.
It's not bad.
The only thing I noted was because, like there's people today who are like, wrestlers do too many finishes these days. Like the finish of this was the tombstone pile driver into the flying headbutt. Like he's just chaining
he's just put all the
together.
big finishes together. I did enjoy, I want to just shout out as well Scorpio's dance moves.
Yeah,
and his entrance, absolutely phenomenal, which he did continue to do with.
It was so good, and like that's how they opened this. Obviously, that wasn't for the crowd.
Yeah,
that's how it opened.
Yeah,
They should have opened the entire thing with that.
Just have Two Cold Scorpio do half an hour of dancing.
yeah, with people like turning over cards.
The cards, yeah.
After he's finished
in the Scorpions,
gouging eyes out backstage.
Well, the other thing I feel like, obviously the crowd. I don't know if when they put the show on, how they expected the crowd to be, because they would have absolutely no putting the show on. The crowd are going to be there under duress.
Oh yeah,
they would have been booking this up until the hour before for those days, going, oh fuck, just everybody, just try and put on a clinic and just get out there as quickly
I wonder
as possible.
I wonder if they were scared or because like. You think they would have phoned it in a bit more with the dead crowd and the weird situation, but I wonder if they were thinking we have to go out there all guns blazing, or we might get shot afterwards.
All guns blazing.
Yeah,
just for the crowd as well. Like they don't know what they're watching.
Not really,
probably. And then secondly, they don't know what the concept of a heel and a baby face is, so they probably not know who they're meant to cheer, who they're meant to boo.
I think
the way trying to be watching.
The way Norton mentioned it, he thought the crowd had some like sort of bloodlust in them, like they thought it was a real fight, and they were like, oh well, when someone goes down, they expect them to like be beaten to death or whatever.
Oh, they would totally have been taking this as kayfabe. Like they would have had no idea. So
like they probably thought this was some kind of tournament situation or something. I don't know. But yeah, like this was when it kind of dawned on me that the surrounding stuff was more interesting than the actual show.
Totally.
Yeah, so the next match I've got down here is Yuji Nagata versus Ishizawa.
So sorry, but before we do that, you've just made me go on to something to look for to see if anybody had ever been inspired. Maybe some kid who was at this show wanted, having seen it, to become a wrestler. So I just Googled most famous wrestlers from North Korea. And it comes up with a pantheon.world page with the most famous wrestlers from North Korea. Kim Il, born 1971, the most famous North Korean wrestler. Biographies been translated in 18 different languages on Wikipedia. That's how famous he is.
Oh.
But the born 1971 probably wasn't there.
Yeah.
If you go down, the list ends. So probably not.
That's a shame. It's a shame we didn't quite connect.
No.
Oh, one more thing as well before we go to that second match.
Oh yeah.
I always thought Benoit only really got roidy in early 2000s, but he's huge here as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's always been roidy.
No. I was looking at it thinking, right, okay, like Flash front isn't that big, and obviously that ring's smaller because it's a WCW ring. It's not a WWF ring, which is bigger.
Yeah.
And when he got into the ring, I thought to myself, "Oh, it's probably because the referee is also
the scales
very, very
off.
short. He just looks big because of that." But the more you watch it, and when you see the scale, no, he's fucking huge.
He is right into fuck.
He's huge.
He looks like he can't wipe his own bum. That's how big his biceps are.
From what I remember, he was a child, like a teen that took steroids like immediately as soon as he got a chance, sort of thing. You know, like he was hanging out in gyms and stuff like that.
Don't do it, kids. It's not worth it. You'll end up being a murderer.
Everyone talks about how big he got in like 2004 for his
and
world title.
He did balloon back up then, yeah.
He was huge, but there was that period in the late 90s where he was a lot small. He was massive. Thank you for reminding me of that.
No,
if I'd written that down, Benoit, fucking massive.
It was probably to do with like when all the steroid trial stuff was going around, and it became like harder for like a couple of years, and then afterwards it was fair game again.
The steroid trials were before this.
Oh yeah, true. But I'm just thinking like they probably had
that's why Hogan lost half his body weight.
Shrinking dude.
Look like a slimline hot dog. Anyway, Jake, second match.
So Yuji Nagata is awesome, and I've seen him quite a few times pop up like around like Japanese wrestling. But he also like, you know, we're in the time period where stars were coming over to WCW, and they were trying to sort of you know, like get a bit of notoriety over here. I will
admit, I've heard Nagata's name, but I haven't. I know of him. I've seen a couple of his matches, but I've not seen a hell of a lot. But I did enjoy. He was very old school, and I like the whole a lot of limb control, but like a bit like what Regal would do with it, where you would also smother them physically as well, and like look really aggressive with it, and then instead of just doing a chin lock and going, hey,
there's some very nice kicks in this one.
Yeah,
he's also still active.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think that's why I've seen him like in New Japan, like sort of in the.
He's about 57, 50. Yeah. I think he's the first person in the first match, and he was 1968. So yeah, he's 57.
Wow.
Yeah,
he's still going.
I don't think I'd seen Ishizawa, but they weren't the flashiest looking Japanese wrestlers. But around this time period, it was mostly black pants. You know, Japanese. That was kind of what most of them wore, and it was more about the story they were telling. But unfortunately, there's no story
one
here.
One thing I did notice as well is that the announcer is dressed like he's on the cover of Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah, but they're very interesting, but we don't really get to hear them at all because it's like ADR announcer and
exactly.
stuff.
The ADR and everything. But I did see that this was a really short match, but it felt like it was a bit of a showcase.
Yes,
it was reasonably young.
It was about 4 minutes. And I think again, like it was the opening match on day one.
Right.
Yeah.
That one. So they've been told to just go out there, do your thing, get them on board. Much like WC. Yeah. So it's what WCW did with like the cruiserweights for fucking years.
Yeah.
So they'd obviously given more than 4 minutes in that. But yeah, it's just a case of go out there, showcase, and see if they react.
Yeah. And so this was where the Japanese commentator started his whole thing of being like, the fine Japanese action as wrestling was meant to be seen and all that weird stuff. But he was dead like soft spoken about it, so it just came off as like, you know, like that weird guy sat at the table next to like two friends. Like that's what the commentary was like. But yeah, did you see the winning move as well? That like sick sort of like neck stretch like submission where he's just like, I'm gonna rip that goddamn head off.
It did look cool.
It was nice to have a move or several moves in the match that weren't just back leg front kicks.
Yeah. Oh,
very
I think
so.
I think I do remember.
That's something that gets mentioned a lot.
I do remember I didn't Too Cold hit like some kind of crazy wheel kick right in Benoit's chin at some point. I kind of vaguely remember that, thinking that looked sick.
And I think Bischoff again may have called that a back leg.
The back leg, yeah. Look at that leg kick.
He said the back leg front kick so many times during the whole thing. He did it in every single match. I think one match ended in Ensagori, maybe the main event. And that's still a back leg from
or like a drop kick or something. Did you Sleep? Did you pop when someone said solar plexus?
He did. It was Bischoff though. Bischoff said it. I was torn because I did write for this match in capital letters. Bischoff, please stop fucking talking, because he mumbled and grumbled and just talked shit over this entire match. But then it would occasionally go, "Oh, there's a front leg side kick shit," then go back to what he fucking mumbling about, and I cannot stress how much I hate Bischoff on commentary.
I think he dropped a what a maneuver at some point as well. Somebody did.
He did.
No unbelievables, which is nice. But yeah, the commentary in the first two matches, I think it got a little bit better the more that it wasn't Bischoff talking towards the end. Because I think he'd realised, do you know, Mike probably needs to say a few words now.
He'd ran out of all of his North Korea stories at that point.
Exactly.
He basically stopped
matches.
He basically stopped sort of licking the chode and arsehole of the country by the time they got a match. Sort of. He
did mention his I think he did mention his jog around this point, because he was like, oh, maybe it was just after we see the little clip of like the ceremonies and stuff, and he's like, I went out for a jog with Inoki and like, I had to fall back after like 5 miles or something. I'm just like, shut up.
Shut up, Eric. No one cares. Nobody cares. And nobody cares now.
We care even less now, because it just comes off as like weirdly sycophantic for North Korea, and I'm like, he can't just say he did one bad decision. Like, I mean,
Look! It's the Pyongyang International Sports and Culture Festival for peace. Okay? He has to do this.
It's for peace.
For peace. It's for Antonio Inoki's political career. Oh, and peace, yeah.
And it did not work.
No,
because should I bring this up? Did anyone hear what happened the next day after this in that arena?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after day 2?
Yeah, after
the show
everyone left, yeah.
Was it used for executions?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You just guessed that. Apparently, it was a mass hanging
I've studied a bit.
Of it, so that does not sound like peace to me, Bischoff. Do better next time.
It doesn't. He didn't do very well. No.
But yeah.
Do you reckon they kept the ring there?
I don't know. I don't think you'll ever
clear it down.
I think that's a question you will never get answered. Like,
just morbid curiosity as to whether they actually bothered. Actually, do you know what? The ring the ring is WCW size. They must have taken that.
Bischoff had to load that onto the plane. Come on, let's get out of here!
run! I don't even think they didn't dismantle.
Hanna-Barbera running scene.
Yeah.
They didn't dismantle it. They just got everybody around the sides to lift it up and just run away.
Yeah. So there's a quick little tag match next. I hadn't seen any of these guys. El Samurai and Yasuda, who was like a bit of a ex-sumo apparently. And then one of them was Chono, and Saito was the other team, and they had like...
But not that Saito, I think. It was like there's a couple of Saitos, I believe, but there's one...
You say it's a quick match. It's like the third longest match.
Oh, okay. It felt quick though, because it was a fun tag team.
It was good.
And I was what's this El Samurai guy about? I couldn't tell if he was like...
I loved him!
I couldn't tell if it was like, is he I was thinking, like, is it a Mexican who's doing a samurai, or is it a Japanese guy doing an L, like, but apparently he is a Japanese wrestler who trained in Mexico, so he gets the El Samurai treatment. And apparently he only quit wrestling in, like, 2013, had a normal career, from what I could tell.
What I will say is, Yasuda, I know he's an ex-sumo, but what a wide, like, bone structure he had. Like, not even how fat he was, but his actual bones looked wide. Like, he's a skeleton.
Right. In about 2007, 2008, he'd been away for a year. Big Show went back to WWE, and he pulled up into the ring, and he was wearing, like, a suit or something. And he pulled off, and he showed off how much weight he'd lost. And he still looked huge because of his bones. He looks like that. So not the with the weight that Paul White had at that time.
Yeah.
But just the bones just being massive, and like you're massive because of your bones.
Tanky bones.
Weird. Yeah. That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
One day we'll have to do an event that has peak giant Paul White on. But
well,
anyway.
I need to make a wrestler.
WrestleMania 21.
I'm going to become a wrestler and call
match.
myself Tanky Bones.
I
did enjoy El Samurai. I was thoroughly entertained by El Samurai in this match. He was really cool. I don't know, there was just something cool about him. He did a cool looking leg drop. He did a nice sunset flip. He showed a bit of urgency as well, which I think always helps. We'll obviously discuss a couple of matches later, which disturbingly lack urgency. To a really unentertaining degree.
We had sumo slaps as well, like into the corner, which I always pop for.
Yeah. there was a kick in this match. I think it was Chono on Samurai. That looked fucking brutal. I can't remember if it was to his head or to the back of his head or something like that. But
there was a couple of back head kicks, wasn't there? And I was like, oof.
No, they were back leg head kicks.
Yeah,
kicks.
back neck leg kicks.
Yeah, because otherwise, if we don't get them right, we'll have a letter from Bischoff on 83 weeks headed letter newspaper.
Actually, just while you've jogged my memory, I'm pretty sure Bischoff called an Uranagi or a Sambo suplex a chokeslam, and I was like, that was not a chokeslam. So
his commentary on this is fucking awful.
Mike Tenay's right there, though. Mike Tenay knows this shit.
Yeah. I'd forgotten that Mike Tenay always looked the way that he looks on this, though.
Yeah, he hasn't really aged.
When you look at when you look at like commentators when they get older, with the exception of Michael Cole, who still just looks like a greyer version of Crystal Tips and Alistair Michael Cole. Like Mike Tenay just looks identical to how he did like in 2013 TNA.
Well, I watched TNA No Surrender yesterday, and he looked exactly the same on there that he did on this. And the one thing about Mike Tenay that I always cannot get my head round is how his hair starts halfway back on his head.
I know. I think he was born like that.
Impossible
you know how
hair.
When some kids are born and they have like they basically look like they're a born child, and then it grows, and then it's like something. Just like I think he was just born like that.
It's never receded. It's always like been here. Like always started like here. It's insane.
That's kind of
like I'm looking at Mike Tenay young.
Kind of like when the unmasked Kane and they'd shaved half of his hair off.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's like Sven Goran Eriksson levels of like back of the head sort of.
Back of the head.
Show us the goalposts. But I did enjoy this match. It was the best match of the night so far.
So Chono and Saito were like, they had the like black leathers on and stuff. They were like the baddies clearly, and they won.
Well, didn't they say Yasuda had only been wrestling like a year or something?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of sumos that had came over. Like I was literally just talking about Tenryu. Like he was kind of one of the first big ones. So like but sumo and wrestling I think goes together great if you can get someone who's good enough to cross over.
Tanky bones. Yeah. Tanky bones and agility.
And they're usually hard as shit because they've been like beaten with sticks the whole life. A lot of hazing in sumo I found out recently.
I've just seen a picture of young Mike Tenay. He looks like 1992 Paul Heyman, but without the cocaine.
I'm Mike Tenay.
he looks like a young Paul Heyman.
I was hoping
happy, and
I was hoping you were going to say young Mike Tenay looks like old Mike Tenay.
But hang on.
He does.
Does that mean he's like the yin to like the yang that is Paul Heyman, Paulie Dangerously? Like they're the sort of two sides of the same coin. One's a nice announcer and the other one's an evil manager type.
What if they are like evil? Like one's a good twin and one's a bad twin?
Oh yeah, like they're separated. Yeah, possibly.
Storyline there.
Or they're defused into two different people.
Mike Tenay, because Mike Tenay's 70 and Paul Heyman is 60. So like no.
It could be twins 10 years apart. Gestation can last a very long time.
More about Tenay's gestation next week. So I think I've got wrote down here another promo video came up of them having forced mandatory fun, like ha ha ha, don't shoot us.
Yeah, I did notice looking at the sights and sounds, but there's nobody at all there. There's no humans just wandering about.
It's very common in North Korea. Like you can sort of have a mini visit. And you're not supposed to film anything because they have it all very much set up in a way where it's like, while you're on the tour, if you look over here, you will see a nice little town. But do not film over there where the derelict building is with like the guy with the machine gun. And they've mastered the art of this fake town bullshit.
Yeah, it's very controlled. Like a habit that they have is they will allow people from, without going too much into politics, they will invite people from the West, be it or from the America, whatever. They will open up. They will open up like, oh, we've got like this new fun fair. We're inviting people over to go and experience it. They will all experience it. They will go back, tell people how it was. All the photos will be there for the North Korean crowd, and then they'll dismantle it.
Yeah, like, oh, yes.
That's what they do.
The people of our country are alive and well. Smile and nod, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
That's so sick. But yeah, that's basically what this whole event was. So yeah, maybe they learned it from Inoki. So I think I've got down here that it's all Japan women, I think. So that I don't think New Japan has any. It is all Japan. Yeah, I don't think New Japan has ever had any female wrestlers, which is kind of messed up and means you've got to have 2 app subscriptions if you want to check out everything Japan's got to offer.
Before we gush over this match, because it's a really good match, can we just point out, this is 1995.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in North Korea. Every one of these wrestlers is wearing what they've worn as in-ring gear.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
In North Korea.
Yeah.
However, head slightly west. Head 3,000 miles west, where we're trying to build up a similar kind of thing with the biggest entertainment wrestling company in the world, who 8 years ago weren't even allowed women on the fucking first show they did, and 7 years after that still have to dress very conservatively. The fact that they were allowed in there, wearing everything they did, the fact that they spent a lot of time talking about Nakano's hair.
Yes,
they spent a lot of time yes, she's a great wrestler, but look at her hair.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that brief time that she was in WWF, they also did. Look at the hair!
Mad hair.
Well,
Crazy
quite
hair.
frankly, unorthodox hairstyle.
It genuinely shocked me that obviously it's a different culture, religion, whatever. The fact that this was not only allowed on one night, Nakano featured on 2. They all did in different matches. I think it's great.
Yeah, and they let them.
And it leads on to it being a really good match.
Yeah, they let them go and do everything. There was top rope outside spills and everything. It wasn't stay in the ring, everyone. Be careful.
Yeah.
It was no, just go for it.
It was a proper Fast and Furious Joshi match. Typical.
Yeah.
It's a lot of speed on a double team.
It's 8 minutes 34.
Yeah.
It's the longest match we've had so far.
And they did a lot in it though. They spent that time extremely wisely. I don't think I'd ever seen was it Pocono before? I hadn't seen her before. The one who had the big kabuki mask and everything on the entrance.
Oh, Hakuto. She's the one who broke her neck in a match once, carried on and kept having to hold her head into place.
Oh no.
She was fucking hard as fuck.
That happened to Lita as well, didn't it?
Yeah, still going.
Yeah, she's still going.
Still going. She was after that, and she's one of the ones that got picked up by WCW as well.
Right.
There's very people that weren't in WCW. A few of them got picked up by WCW as part of a talent exchange.
Yeah.
She was one of them because she's that good.
Yeah. So apparently, wasn't it the sense Scott Norton and Too Cold over there? That was part of their talent exchange. Look at this giant guy.
She ended up being managed by Sonny Ono.
Right.
Because of course she did. Because
there was one. there was a bit of a weird comment. I want to say, I think it was about Toyota, where Bischoff said, "Oh, isn't she pretty?" sort of thing.
Yes.
And then Sonny Ono went, "She could be my sister." I'm like, pardon?
Yeah, wasn't he like?
Pardon?
And then wasn't he talking about meeting somebody's wife at some point? He's like, "Oh, it's
yeah,
very beautiful."
It went a bit shitty on the comedy because the women.
That's what,
talk about sex with you.
That's what bad commentators fall back on, isn't it? When they don't know what to say, and there's a woman in the ring.
In caps, I typed "Shut up, Eric" on the notes because I was just fucking sick of him. I will say Hokuto and Nakano looked superb.
Yeah,
like
there was
visually looked amazing.
Yeah, these guys had like their best sort of outfits and everything on them.
Yeah,
they were doing like handspring elbows, like multiple. It was just like super impressive. Big leg drops.
And I love
for women's wrestling in 1995. Yeah, exactly that.
Oh.
It looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks stink. It's got proper stink on it as well. Like
yeah. And women's wrestling in 1995, obviously in the. Well, actually, do you know what? That's when WWF threw that brief period of trying, which is why they got Bull Nakano in.
Yeah.
But it was mostly in the shitter.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, well, you're just there for it.
And it got much worse before it got better. Like it did not get good anytime close to 95.
Absolutely, but this is like where it's like really, really bad because you've lost your Blaze from like your biggest company. You're trying to get Bull Nakano in. 4 months she lasted. And then apparently got found with cocaine. That's why she got shunted aside, if that's true or not.
Yeah.
And went back to Japan and to this show. But like this to me is just like, my God, if this had just been like in the West in 1995, we could have had that women's revolution like 20 years earlier.
Yeah.
Because this is a massive. It's the best show on the card.
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah.
Of the ones we've been allowed to see.
Yeah, the approved to leave North Korea ones that we're allowed to see.
Well, I mean, you never know. Black Cat against El Samurai could have been the match of the whole event for all we know, but we never get to see that, sadly.
Did we see Black Cat at all? I don't remember seeing it. No. So there was some people who didn't do double.
That's night 2?
Black Cat only did night 2, yeah, and that was not even a long match, I don't think either. No, it was 5 minutes, less than 5 minute match.
I mean, he looks. That's a man whose haircut you can set your watch by. This Black Cat guy. Oh, and he also had a cat mask at some point. Excellent.
Oh yeah,
Black Cat mask.
He's a cat man. Meow. But yeah, like this was awesome. It was the most hard hitting as well, because even friggin' some of the big man matches were a bit like sloppy, like stuff like that.
The thing with these four, this particular match was things looked rough and ready, but rough and ready in a way that it would still. There's a thing I like about certain wrestling where it's clearly they're working together, but there's still a bit of rawness to it where they look like they're kind of hurting each other at the same time. It's not overly choreographed. It still looks a bit stinky. There's still some moves that were a little bit off here or there where it still looks good though, and it's not like a botch or it's not a problem.
No, it just makes it look
these
real.
People are fighting.
Yeah, it's smooth. So there's a spot where 2 people catch someone and they don't go over, and it looks a bit dodgy until I can't remember which side it was on. Someone just pushes them over to just continue the sequence going, and it's just like they know each other well enough that we fucked up this bit and you're supposed to go down there. But just someone
do something. Yeah,
and it works.
Keeps it going.
Because you sometimes see that with when people botch the sort of like freezing the headlights, whereas some other people will be like haha, and then like chuck them out, like finish chucking them out the ring if they got caught on the ropes or whatever. And it's like it's about that like improv in the moment, isn't it? If you can turn around a botch into something where it looks like, oh well, you just looked superior because you didn't botch.
And I find watching more modern stuff is people freeze more often and that sort of stuff. They don't seem to have that ability just to snap into going right. That's not quite gone. We'll just turn it into this instead, and go back to that, or turn it to this and do something else instead. They're just resetting and try it again. Like, don't do that.
Can we have a rant about modern wrestling?
Yeah, anytime you want.
And modern characters. I've been avoiding WWE against somebody came back. However, I saw the footage of McIntyre against Orton.
Right.
Where Orton's gone all unprofessional again because because
got hit against the ropes or something.
Slightly off script and but basically thrown him down and his leg's gone into the ropes and Randy's gone out and gone back to like old 2003 Randy, just like cocked like he always used to be. And Drew's just there going, oh fuck, like as you say, just like I don't know what to do. I'm going to obviously continue doing, and then by the next 2 minutes, it's really sloppy. Because you've got one person being incredibly unprofessional, and you've got the other person who is a seasoned pro in himself because he's been going like 20 years, obviously. Drew has.
Oh yeah.
And like it becomes a fucking mess, and it's two people that should know better for a start. These four. Chemistry.
Yeah.
Absolute chemistry and professionalism. Like none of them lost their headlights when there was a botch. Best match of the night.
And they're in friggin' North Korea as well. An added layer of scariness. But yeah, you're right. Like as much as I'm not really excited about like Randy Orton as a wrestler, he's at least a professional. Like he knows how to wrestle. I can't tell.
He's a professional. He knows how to wrestle.
Yeah.
But he can still be an unprofessional cock.
Yes, yeah, he's very much like a hazer and stuff like that. But
and he can still make you look bad if he wanted to make you look bad. There's none of that in there.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I haven't watched much modern wrestling at all. I only make time for this stuff at this point. And sometimes I'll see something on Botchamania, like apparently Eddie Kingston missed a spinning back fist, and they just let him, and they just pinned him instead of like you were just saying, adjusting to something
just
more
do
fun.
Something different. Yeah,
didn't get all of it.
I would have seen that if it hadn't gone on till halfway.
Didn't get all of it, as they say. Yeah, so I think I've got wrote down here now. This is where Scott Norton comes in, and you you guys loved his outfit though, didn't you?
He looked like a do you want to go with your? I
said an Everton Mint.
Everton Mint, and I said he looked like an extremely moist humbug.
Yeah.
He does.
At least one of us wants to suck him.
Yeah. And as well as that, I said he literally looks like a muscled slab of fudge.
He does. He's
such a strange body type, Scott Norton. He looks so strong, but I don't understand his bone structure. Unlike Yasuda.
I think the singlet does not help because like when you see wrestlers from the back, see somebody like you shall not be named, who is just like this extraordinary back structure because it's just muscle and steroids and whatever.
Yeah.
Scott Norton's quite similar but smaller, but having the singlet just go up his back and around, so it's like two different parts.
It's the under bit. It's like the top of the singlet sits square to like under his pecs, and it just makes him look like he's got polygons on his chest. I can't.
Are you saying that Scott Norton is a PS1 polygon?
Yes.
Yeah, he came out of the PS1.
If you type in, I don't know what engine they would have used, make man into moist humbug.
I think he might be in WCW versus NWO Revenge on the N64.
I think you're right.
Okay.
And I think he's got like brick wall pattern trunks in that game, but I had no idea who he was as a kid. I was like, his name's boring.
It's just like a steroid zebra.
The strongest zebra.
A strange body shape that I know shapes. I learned shapes at school, right? I don't understand what shape he is. Like, I can't find even a combination of two shapes, like a circle and a rhombus, or a parallelogram and a diamond, or something like that. I can't mix it and match it to make his physique body shape. I just can't.
This man ain't no trapezoid.
I have a question before I nip for a very, very quick win.
Yes.
Who was ringing the bell?
Oh, they were terrible at it. But yeah.
Who was ringing the bell at this point? Because they show him he's in that full kind of like blue and
Sergeant
gold.
Peppers.
Yeah,
So was the
guy,
announcer was having to go.
This is the first time at this point that I really noticed that he was there, and he's just like glassy. Like he looks like, oh my god, you brought up Sven-Goran Eriksson earlier on. He looks like Sven-Goran Eriksson, doesn't he? Jesus, he's got like the big head. Oh wow.
Yeah, but he's terrible at hitting the bell though. He like nearly misses most of the time. He gets one little donk on there, and
it doesn't quite get it. He doesn't quite get all of it.
They put all the choreography into turning over cards. They forgot the simple things like hitting a bell.
Yeah, you want to ding ding ding, not one like limp
bong
dink.
Maybe the thing is, if it's North Korea, maybe the 3 dings meant something else there, and it would make the. Yeah. Maybe he was going to act like a Manchurian candidate, like activate the crowd or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Hashimoto, he was a large fella and all, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was another square man.
He's a large fella.
Yeah.
But he's like a compacted Yokozuna.
And he's a normal shape. He's just wide. He's a wide load.
He's a normal shape. Yeah. So he's like that, but just like small. He's probably like about 5'10" or something.
A spatchcock Yokozuna. That's what we'll say.
Yeah, just like compressed.
Yeah.
Like if you
get Yokozuna and just hit him on the head with an Acme hammer, you'll get there. Sure.
Make him into a diamond. So yeah, this was where. Fine. This was where Bischoff started alluding to Scott Norton not having a good time in North Korea. Yes. It was just like, Scott's not really enjoying the hospitality here or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, he must have been complaining so much that it made it into the post commentary.
This match. I
just feel bad for Scott though. After hearing how sad he is now, I think he's legit traumatized by this event.
I'm not surprised. He thought he was going to die.
Yeah,
he might be, but at the same time, he's making a living off like not many people get to do like post wrestling like podcasts constantly and just be able to just talk about one event.
Yeah, that is true. There's only a handful of people who can do that.
So you've got PTSD, but you've also got banter.
It does break through sometimes where he's just like, me and Hashimoto, we like tore the house down in Japan a few nights before this, and then just no reaction from the North Korean crowd. Because I think this like main event of day 1-ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
If this is the match they put on 2 days before in Japan, then I don't believe they tore the house down. Sorry, I don't believe it.
It was. Oh my god, I'm trying to think of like a more modern equivalent of just like 2 people plodding around to the point where 18 minutes in.
Do you mean like
Undertaker versus Kane?
I was going to say Big Show versus Kane.
Time limit draw. We're getting close to the time limit now. Still going though.
Wrap it up, Scott. There was definitely it started getting sloppy. It's that classic like big men where they get gassed too quick, and then the sloppiness comes out.
Yeah, it was. Do you know what? Earlier on, because I do like big men brawls.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
just like that. But like, if you're gonna stick one match on for a time limit draw, do it for the main event.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, this is the one event where you're not going to care if people go home angry because the main event finished in the time limit draw.
Yeah. And there's always an argument because they did a lot of this around mid-90s. There was a lot of like screwy finishes to protect both people's win-loss record and stuff like that. But I didn't even notice what had happened at the end of this one, to be honest, because it was kind of just like came out of nowhere. I know there was sort of
just like.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's 20 minutes.
Yeah, because usually the tension gets like ratcheted up if you're about to go into like this kind of situation, and they'll in New Japan they usually like have a clacker type of thing. What that sort of denotes there's like a minute left or something, so you start to get a little bit anxious.
If it's Western, particularly America, you're going to stick something up on the jumbotron. You're just going to have a timer there because that gets people involved.
Jake,
it's silly, but it gets people involved.
Jake, do you remember when we did Halloween Havoc 93, there was that Regal Bulldog match where that was a time limit draw, but the last sort of 30 seconds it got really furious. There was power slams, there was all this sort of stuff. Someone tried to get the win. Bulldog trying to get the win off Regal, but Regal kind of trying to resist it sort of thing. But there was
they timed it perfectly, so the 2 count was on the end of the time limit, so you got the
Randy Anderson had to jump over and...
Yeah.
as opposed to this, which was a 20-minute time limit draw, where we're just moving into the next bit. Oh no, it's just ended at 20 minutes and 2 seconds. By the way,
yeah,
I've literally just gone back to check. It's 20 minutes and 2 seconds, and then all of the sparkers come up.
Streamers.
What
was that about?
End of the night, folks.
Because it's end of night one, but they don't explain that.
No, I just thought, draw.
Bischoff does try to explain it.
Everywhere.
Like, he does at some point mention that it's like, you might see some guys twice because it's technically 2 nights you recorded. But yeah, the editing is like, it just it just fades into the next sort of entrance, like as soon as the match is finished, and you're like, all right, I guess we're still going. Or it fades into some North Korean, like, ceremony footage again, because they decide to split it up into like 4 parts or something.
What I found really strange about this match was the fact that they had it as a IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. So Hashimoto was the champion at the time.
Yep.
Why the fuck would they put on? This was not going to be seen. Did they think that people would see this outside of North Korea and maybe the WCW cast of it? Probably not. But they're going to bother to put a New Japan Heavyweight Championship on against Scott Norton. And when I realised it was a championship match, 1, I thought that was a stupid fucking idea.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to fucking watch it anyway. And 2, obviously, someone wasn't going to lose because there's just no point. There's no point in them. So I understand why they made it a time limit draw, because it protects Hashimoto because he doesn't lose the title.
Yeah.
It also protects Norton because he doesn't lose against Hashimoto in a communist country in a match that no one's ever going to fucking see anyway.
You're talking about an industry where the WWF had Inoki win the WWF Championship only to lose it the following night, thinking that nobody would ever know it outside of Japan.
True.
Unfortunately,
that's Vince, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
and then
I just
that,
felt weird.
Then that ruins the title reign because it puts an asterisk, in the middle.
Yeah, because it basically. No, but Bob Backlund had this. No, he didn't.
It resets the time limit, unfortunately. Yeah. Terrible.
Sorry.
So I don't know why they made it a championship match, because there was going to be no change of champion.
Yeah, because you don't have to do it for this kind of thing when you are doing what is effectively a bunch of exhibition matches.
Yeah, and these people who are live in the audience don't know.
Care.
Yeah, they don't know.
Oh, they've got a big shiny belt. Imagine if Flair had come out with a big gold belt in this. Would it have made a difference?
No,
actually, it would have made a difference because that's Inoki pinning the.
Can you imagine?
Spoilers for later. Pinning the WCW champion. So that would have made a difference.
Yeah, they probably just thought it was part of this guy's outfit, which, fair play. You might just think that.
Look at him. He's wearing purple and he's got this big belt. It's probably keeping his trousers up and his cock from doing this.
But anyway, after we get another quick clip of the choreographed ceremony, it's time for Hawk.
I liked that. I liked the choreography in that one. I thought that was a little bit of propaganda.
This was where you actually saw some of the people doing karate kicks and stuff like that, flying around.
That was quite fun.
And then
that
it was
just
a bit more
London 2012.
And then it was wow, what a rush!
It's so weird. It's so incongruous.
What is he doing here? Think about everything. He was ill at the time, with legit health concerns. He'd been fighting the whole trip, apparently, getting passing out in elevators from fighting, I guess. And it's and he does not fit the vibe of the show at all. It's why is he here?
Am I right in thinking the next match is Hawk?
Yeah.
Hawk and Yasuda.
Back to Yasuda.
Okay. This match goes on for 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
It's fun, though, isn't it?
That's how long I'm giving myself for a wee.
Okay.
You talk about it for 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
We will.
I will come back and we'll see if we came up with the same things about
Godspeed.
2 minutes and 21 seconds.
Go. One thing I missed about one thing was obvious. There was no Road Warrior pop.
No, because they were probably terrified of this man beast.
Thing.
Yeah.
But I did like the fact that they did bother to put on a squash match.
I did,
for the North Koreans.
as much as like, you know, like we know now, just like a lot of health concerns. He looked in decent shape because sometimes they're a bit roided, our Road Warriors, and a bit scary looking.
A bit.
Yeah, he was very like fast in this one. You know, like there was no sort of like weird like the slowness you sometimes get when the steroids hit. Yeah. And it was just like non-stop like haymakers and stuff like that. So, you know, like lariats and just thrown.
I did notice Road Warrior Hawk absolutely no-sold a double underhook suplex.
He did.
he got thrown over and then got straight back up and fucking caned the guy.
Not tonight.
Like, come on. I know Yasuda's the noob, but you got to give him something. Don't just no-sell everything that he puts at you.
Yeah.
Give him a little bean of hope. The lad's new and he's got tanky bones. Give him a chance. But it was a bit sloppy bollocks though, this match. It was
kind of fun though. It was a nice like palate cleanser, like to just have some like insanity happen for a little bit.
Especially because the way they put this edit together, the match before it was so stodgy and ploddy. Then you've got this guy just comes on, I'm going to just fucking steamroll this guy, sloppy bollocks, I don't care, bang, 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 power slam, splash, goodbye, good night, see you later, thanks very much, North Korea, you've been a wonderful audience, let's get home, sort of thing.
And he hit his like half of the Doomsday device, didn't he? That was sort of like the finish, where he hit the big flying clothesline.
I feel a little bit for Yasuda though, because he's lost both of his matches, and I know he didn't take the pin in the El Samurai, the tag team match with El Samurai, but he took the pin here as well, and he lost both of them. And I'm like, oh well, you know, he's new. You got to build his confidence up a little bit. You can't just go, you shit, mate.
He went all that way and got squashed by Hawk. But yeah.
I mean, there's worse things.
You pulled out decisions in 20 minutes.
We did.
20 minutes, 20 seconds.
But yeah, feel free to give us your thoughts on Hawk's exciting intro to North Korea.
Squash match.
Oh, it was a squash match, but with Bischoff saying the words, "Oh, well, Hawk's in trouble. How's he going to get out of this one?"
I hate Bischoff, man.
And then he pops up. Literally no sells ever.
Yeah.
Hawk does.
Yeah. This apparently people were saying Hawk cussed out the audience or something. I didn't see it when I was trying to like watch for it, but apparently
no, I don't think it's. But apparently the footage is out there that he definitely just like starts shouting at, and there's like this weird kind of I say weird kind of atmosphere like this, but they don't know how to react.
Well,
and
according to the wrestlers, this was a mostly silent audience, so he's probably shouting at them to get any kind of reaction.
Come the fuck on! That was scary.
I thought it was indicative of everything that Road Warriors ever did.
Yeah, I was going to say that
it was basically everything they did from the 80s, like
but only like one of them, so you had to do half of the Doomsday device.
Because Animal was ill.
Yeah.
Laurinaitis was ill.
Okay.
Is Animal the one that retired early?
So Hawk died in 2003.
Right. Yeah.
And it's John Laurinaitis, Animal, who died like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it was Animal that ended up with John Heidenreich in.
Yeah, I remember Heidenreich. Of course,
in
I do.
that version of the Doom, like 2005.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one of ended up doing the thing with Droz in like 1998, 1999. Animal. Was that Animal again? But also, so
it was the fatter one.
So it's Hawk who retired early.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
After North Korea.
We got there.
and then died. But oh god, it's so weird. And obviously, as I said earlier on, that the Ooh Rush coming in so loud with the Road Warriors music coming in behind it as well is like it's so off-putting, like for the entire event. And I think they've done that just because that's the normal volume. They would have to play that because of how over they were.
Yeah.
Like in the West in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think that's just like, oh yes, this is what we do for production. Like we have to play it this loud because otherwise people can't hear it because they were over as fuck.
Yeah,
and they were still over as fuck at this point.
The people have always gone nuts whenever they show up. They've just got that like weird X factor that some people have.
Up until 98, I've said this before. Up until 98, there's a period between 97 where they're still incredibly over in WWF.
Yeah.
And then you get to, I think it's Fully Loaded, 1998.
Yeah.
Where they are LOD 2000. And they are going off against the Harris twins.
Oh,
who everyone loves. And the crowd are completely dead. Not because of who they're facing, just it's horrendous. So this is still when, the Hawks are incredibly over. He's still no-selling everything. And you know what? I've got no issue with that. If somebody, it's like you can criticize, like, Warrior for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But for when Warrior was, like, just push him. Right, regardless of skill. Just push. Over, looks great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, the thing with that is like Ultimate Warrior was like he was supposed to be doing main event matches, whereas they would bring LOD in for just like, I don't know, you guys just run out here, run amok, go crazy, and then you're backstage. You're not really like hinging the entire show on them or anything.
LOD main events, like TV main events, because they were over.
Yeah.
Did you catch what Bischoff said about Hawk and
No,
the trip over?
I don't think so.
But apparently Hawk was still wearing the armor with the spikes on the plane. Which I find to be a lie, but also like a wonderful visual of just somebody, just like a bunch of wrestlers, just like they're suited up. Flair's just there in his thing with his cock out or whatever.
Yeah, like looking really scared.
And Hawk's just there, big fucking armor, spikes out. Whoever he's sitting next to, probably getting it in the eye.
Yeah, it's a little bulky, but he considers it a carry-on.
It's not hand luggage; it's human luggage.
Yeah, I mean, how would you put that through? Like this armor's just coming around the conveyor belt.
Yeah, unless you can like take all the spikes off, like it has to be like screwed together. But
like a piece of IKEA furniture.
Yeah, but yeah.
Have you ever like in like a gaming chair or something, and like it always comes there's a protective thing over the seat,
the sheath,
and it comes through the sheath, and it like it's like 4 different parts. It's like that. So all you got to do is just pop them all down.
Oh,
Can we not talk about Road Warrior Hawk's sheaths? Thank you very much.
What a rush. Okay, we'll talk about Steiner Brothers instead.
Let's talk about Scott Steiner's sheath instead. I enjoyed this match immensely.
I wrote down Kensuke Sasaki.
Yes,
I wrote down he was
Hiroshi Hase again. So it's Hiroshi Hase who was in the match on the first night against Benoit.
Yeah, I wrote down he was hench as fuck and a square man.
And a square man. A lot of square men. I had Scott Steiner at this point is starting to look and get more peaky.
Yeah.
So not quite a big pop-up Steiner, but he's definitely getting more.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about turning into that.
Yeah, he's not a swole boy. He's swole, but he's not like I can't like move.
No, he's still like super fast at this point. Like crazy fast.
One thing I want to point out that really made us laugh at this match was Eric Bischoff, or was it Mike today? One of the two said started talking about how emotional the Steiner brothers can be. And then he said Scott Steiner's the really emotional one. Rick Steiner's the analytical one, and then he's running around going, like, what? He's the analytical one. Okay, and then there's a bit where they chase Hase and Sasaki out, and then Scott sits on Rick Steiner like he's a dog, and he's going, ooh, ooh. And then they're going, what do you think the North Koreans think of this?
Yeah.
Very strange. There's a man dog there in the middle of the ring. Who's the analytical one, apparently, the one who does all the taxes.
Yeah, well, like I was going to say, remember, men, anger is an emotion. So, Scott Steiner is a very emotional man.
Yeah, it's true.
Would you like a fun fact about Hiroshi Hase?
Yeah, for sure.
He was the Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology in Japan
Wow.
I do love that about Japanese wrestlers, how some of them just have like a job where they're like, I am like the school district, like, you know, like comptroller or something. You're like, okay.
He was like 15th down the running order in there.
Wow.
In like Japan politics. Like he actually reached basically a higher position than
Lembit Opik. Oh.
Well,
than Lembit Opik.
You're always bringing him
up. Not in this.
Just a name I thought I hadn't heard in a while. I thought I'd throw it out there.
The Cheeky Girls and the Steiner brothers. I think they would have fun together.
Have them as the valets of the two
It's
Steiners. Oh. They haven't got any asses.
Is it wrong that I now want to see the Cheeky Girls versus Bellas?
No, that'd be good.
I wouldn't. Were there?
As a right, who would be better in the ring?
Cheeky Girls. No. Do you know what? I've never really watched much of the Bella Twins because I wasn't watching.
They're not as bad as you'd think. They
improve.
They love wrestling, is what you can say about them. Which
fair.
But no,
totally fair.
like they missed a trick not getting the Cheeky Girls on some kind of wrestling show. Like missed a trick.
Well, like some kind of UK pay-per-view. I said, just like
all the stars are here. Those guys who do the Macarena.
Oh dear.
Get Sash on. There were different versions of the Macarena. Which ones? Los Del Rio, Los Del Mar. Which ones would you have?
Los Del Rio. Oh no, because they might accidentally book Alberto Del Rio. Don't want to do that.
Oh god, so, no, you want Alberto
go Los Del Mar. Yeah.
I love this match though because it was great. It had lots of big man power moves, like big suplexes, all the different types of suplex.
After suplex. It reminded me why I loved Scott Steiner.
Yeah. Did you see him do that? Steiner. Yeah. I was going to say, did you see him do that massive gorilla press on that guy as well?
It was insane. Insane.
Yeah.
I genuinely had a thing for Scott Steiner, like when he turned up for his incredibly boring 2-year run in WWF in 2002.
What were there when he had them absolutely epic matches of Triple H that weren't at all terrible?
Well, so he Survivor Series 2002. He had got Matt Hardy and Christopher wins the ring, and Scott Steiner just comes in and just completely fucking destroys two heels, and then they end up in a fucking arm wrestling match with Triple H, and the debate about the Gulf War.
Remember this? Yeah.
Well, they were like trying to do an intellectual battle as well as an arm wrestling battle. Okay.
And you always know Scott Steiner will win.
It was a thing, but I was excited when he appeared because I remember suplexes because he was just like, I mean, like I will say Taz probably did it better because of Taz's size.
Yeah, center of gravity stuff.
Yeah, I think Taz did it better, but like the amount of suplexes, this isn't just from the Steiners either. Like both teams like suplex the shit out of each other.
the Scott Steiner ones,
shit I love.
The Scott Steiner ones is just to get so much air
on
the other person. Like Jesus, you just like chucks him.
Even on the belly to belly one, which is notoriously hard to like get ground clearance on because it's you two like close together.
It's just the strength. You can see that there's no real help from the other person because if you're gonna like the person who's being suplexed has to at least jump up and at least give themselves some air to make it look good, as opposed to Steiner who's just like.
Yeah, if you try to sandbag Scott Steiner, he would just chuck you. He'd still chuck you regardless. Like you wouldn't get anywhere. So there was the suplexes in this match were just it was art.
Also
suplex art.
Also, I think it was Hirose did the giant swing, and I'm like,
yes, the spinny thing.
Yeah, I love a giant swing.
I did enjoy Rick with his hand over his heart. It's going round and round.
He like whimpering like a dog.
What I will say that this match, the whole kind of storyline of the match was very bog standard.
Yeah.
You know, one wrestler gets isolated, gets a wheel done. couple of brief comebacks, get cut off.
Someone gets suplexed on the head.
So yes, horribly. But when you've got 4 blokes who know exactly what they're fucking doing and can do that sort of really simple rote tag team story, it's still 14 times entertaining than some 14 run-ins in a DQ and farce and all that sort of stuff. I did hate the fact that cameraman missed the finish because he was too busy piss farting around outside the ring, filming Rick.
This might be the best time to say no run-ins, no interference in any of the matches.
No,
which is lovely.
No managers, nobody on the outside.
Like even like small time wrestling, like even the wrestling that I was like going to actually see like in the early 90s, and even now you're still gonna have. Like, even if people don't know the story, they don't know the people that are wrestling, you still have run-ins because people are still building stories between themselves, like to go to the next town or whatever.
The next social club.
It doesn't happen here. Just like everything is just clear and conclusive finish.
Yeah, because they know they're never going to come back to North Korea, so these people never see us again.
You could still build shit.
No, that's true. Yeah.
You can still build shit for, like, back in the West.
Yeah, they were having fake title defenses like the night before.
I tell you what, well, I'm going to some wrestling on Saturday, so I'll let you know how many run-ins I'll have.
Yeah, please
there's usually a few at North, to be fair, and it's like always some guy's like, oh, look, I don't know who he is, but he looks angry.
There's usually a couple, which I don't think is too bad.
No.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So yeah, did you remember like what the finish looked like it was going to be? Because I can't really even remember.
No, because we fucking didn't see half of it because we were busy filming Sasaki and Rick outside.
I hope we didn't miss the screwdriver, like the Steiner screwdriver or whatever.
Was he doing it at this point? I thought he took out his repertoire by 95. It was very early 90s.
But if we missed that, that's a crime.
Yeah. I think that would have been wasted on the North Korean crowd, which is a horrible thing to say, but they would not have understood what they were just seeing there.
No.
They probably thought, actually, they might have liked it because they probably thought the man had died by squashing his own head.
Yeah, but then again, because it's the evil foreigners, they would have been scared.
Possibly.
It was actually this match that I noticed that we still have something which is like a lost art now, which is the magazine outside the ring. They're still there even for this in this match.
Oh, the photographers. Yeah.
Because I bloody love photography around a ring. Obviously, it doesn't really happen now.
Yeah.
So certainly not in like big companies because why would you? But like photographers just like trying to get the best shot for something that they could possibly sell. To WWF magazine in 1996 fascinates me, and they're there in this. But they're all Korean.
Yeah. So where are these photos going?
So they're not WCW photographers. They're just getting something.
Some sort of historical document.
There's some kind of classified file on Scott Steiner somewhere where he's labeled as like an international threat. Like it's too powerful.
Do you remember that picture where he was on the band list? See this man trying to approach this stadium in WWE. He had an actual like photo.
Oh no, I didn't see
that.
He
was on their band list like
I saw him,
a few years before the Hall of Fame.
I saw him destroying Arby's on his YouTube channel once. I don't know if that video is still up. He drove a mini digger into it.
Dear.
But yeah, so it's time for the main event, which is the two legends of this great sport of wrestling. Antonio Inoki versus Ric Flair, the Nature Boy.
This is my least favorite Ric Flair hair era. I will say that.
The short curtains.
I did put that. He looked like Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys before the Backstreet Boys were the thing. That's the hair he's got.
I'm the Backstreet
Boy. I wanted that word.
It's weird with Flair's hair because, like, I feel that he went back to his hair a lot. Like, he'd let it grow out and then he'd have it cut back to, like, 98, 99. Like, if you see him as, like, champion, like, 98, 99, he still appears to still have this.
It's weird.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because I had some like videotapes, like WCW from around 2000s, and he had quite short hair then. And I think like later on he settled on a sort of like a more like a longer one when he was getting a bit older. Yeah.
It's it's like it. You're right. It's awful hair.
It's nasty.
But it's oh my god, this is why they should have gone Britpop.
She
they can look Ric Flair there. Diet Black could have fit in as a bassist in Shed 7.
Can you imagine him interacting with friggin' the Gallagher brothers and the Steiner brothers?
What is your name, bass player? Bonehead?
Then he elbow drops a friggin' mod jacket. I don't know what's happening anymore. So yeah,
I wear a Union Jack shirt and go styling and profiling in a Union Jack t-shirt.
Do an elbow drop on it, yeah. So I don't know much about Inoki. I don't know if this was like standard affair for sort of his matches or whatever. He kind of just did big punches. That was kind of all I kind of remember.
Did you go back and watch the Ali match?
No, I didn't. No.
Kicky. A lot of kickies in that match. I remember when I watched it.
It's weird with Inoki. Yeah. I bloody love Gunther.
Yeah.
Because he's intense. But let's be fair, a lot of his offense is just slap. Just chop. Just like, but it looks so authentic. I don't really get that from Inoki, and I realise that this is like later Inoki. This is 1995 Inoki, not like 70s Inoki. But a lot of it is the same as that kind of just like intense. I'm just the shit out of you, wrestler.
Yeah,
like, I'm just stiff you. Like, let's just do a shoot, whatever.
He is giant. Like he's a big man. Like I think.
Yeah, but he's got very slim legs. I never noticed that before.
Did you see him doing those friggin' like neck headstand things backstage where he was like lifting his whole body up with like only his neck? Yeah. I'm like, what the hell, man? Don't do that at your age. So yeah, I think like he must have been a bit of a Hogan, I guess, where it's like, oh, he's just bigger than all the other wrestlers, therefore it makes sense that he wins all the time. Like Bruno Sammartino as well, where it's just like, oh, this is he's like the final boss of like angry grandpas, like at this stage.
I will agree with Angel on this. Like Inoki for me, his offense is not particularly varied, but it is impactful and it does feel. I don't know. He's not as impactful, I would say, at this point in his career. But I've seen some of his older stuff where he really does
lamp people.
Get into it. He does look like he's lamping people into some of his older stuff. So I will give him credit there.
Yeah.
So I think I quite enjoyed this match. I thought they complemented each other very well.
Yeah.
Flair sold, like Flair always sells. Like he gives a lot.
Flair's selling because he has to, because he's scared as shit.
Yeah,
exactly. He'll give the kill order on him at any moment.
And he's still doing those sort of heel things that you would do anyway, as in cheating on the ropes.
Yeah.
Throwing Inoki into the post. And,
Yeah, you still got the best of Flair. You're still going to get the Flair flop and everything else. I've got it still on my screen right now because I paused it because I was trying to work out from what you were just saying who he most looks like, because you said about his thin legs. I don't think his legs are that.
I don't know. It's just they just seem to like taper off.
Yeah.
He's mislegged.
Once you get down to the thighs, it's just like that's basically a child.
He looks a bit like when you get an owl and you lift its body up and it leaves the legs behind.
I've just noticed back line of the front, like so obviously this is in a stadium, so it's all like tiered. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows back. So I've got a picture in front of me right now, which if you want me to send you over, fucking fascinating. So it's Flair and a prone. Hang on.
We can bring it up. We have the technology.
Technology.
How do I really want to send you a picture.
Yeah, if you just drop it in the Discord chat, I can just drag it on screen.
I'm going to do that. I'm really fascinated because I didn't notice this earlier on. I'm really fascinated by the back row of this first tier because, like, I think this is genuinely fascinating. It's a screenshot. Come down here. So we can get some questions from that, which is, what does Inoki look like there? What the fuck is with that back row?
Let me just drop it in.
Is it a choir?
That was my first thought, that like it's like some kind of.
I
know, right?
Unsure.
That's really odd for for a bunch of people that don't care, and obviously it's very, very heavily orchestrated, like choreographer. Who's going to be there? What is that back row?
Yeah, it's like
a bunch of doves and shirts.
It might be loads of people from the ceremony, just in the uniform still.
Yeah, just to fill out the back, and we can't really have them integrating with everybody else.
Yeah,
it look weird when possibly
when the grandpas are fighting.
It's very odd.
So yeah, like famously, this was the only match that the crowd popped for, because Inoki was like the only person they knew. And that sort of triggered them into like sort of understanding wrestling in that brief moment, I guess.
So they should have opened with this.
Maybe could have helped.
Is what you say? If they'd opened with this, people would have been on board.
Yeah, and I think
on a Sunday, first one, and then finish off with
Road Warrior Hawk.
Finish off with Hawk, yeah.
Squash match.
Shouting at the audience as they run away.
Yeah.
So like, it's odd, right? Because you hear these guys talking about it. Like even Scott Norton, who was like, everything was negative that he was saying about this entire trip.
Yeah.
I think this kind of popped all the boys in the back as well. They were like, "Wow!" Like it felt like a bit of an not a religious experience, but like a sort of mini miracle that they actually got a crowd reaction and ended on a positive after like this awful trip and stuff. But
it's Ric Flair versus Inoki.
Yeah, it was just. I think they said this is the first time they'd ever fought and stuff like that. Maybe
first time. So like I said earlier on, so Hogan and Inoki fought in '83. Looking in, they also fought in '85 as well. So like, I can see why Hogan didn't want to lose because they'd already fought.
Yeah,
that's exactly the reason why Hogan didn't go.
Yeah. But like, on paper, I don't really see Flair winning this ever. Like if you just see this written down, I'm like, there's no way.
I'm surprised when you look back. Ric Flair lost quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's
he did as a babyface.
Yeah, and he would.
Ric Flair lost as a babyface, which is why he wasn't often a babyface, but he was a babyface.
Like people always forget about like the figure 4 leg lock. Like it's supposed to be the heel move because you're supposed to get flipped over and reversed, which is what the crowd wants to happen to the heel. Like, and when it gets used as like a baby face finisher, it's like this. Yeah, it's not. Doesn't really make sense.
It's not what it's for. And I'd like to give Flair a little bit of credit as well. His vertical suplex in this match looks
like that was some strength because like think about the weight balance on Inoki.
I will also give Flair some credit. He also bumps on his back a couple of times as opposed to on his side.
Yeah, because I'd heard he couldn't do that.
He bumps directly on his back, which he medically was not to do from like 1980.
I think it was when he had that crash.
Yeah. It was the plane crash. That's why you'll always see him land on.
Yeah, which is a bit awkward for him, like to take some certain moves and what a weird dude.
He bumps on his back a couple of times in this match.
Yeah, there as well. I noticed there was a bit of a build in this, and eventually Inoki kind of snaps a little bit and gets a bit hot and starts thumping Flair.
Yeah,
with
doing
fists,
the big hand punches,
which I believe is not legal in New Japan. I believe you have to use open palms.
Closed fists, which is why you get a lot of elbows and chops and that.
Yeah, so I think that was. I thought, there's a bit of a sort of going on there. It's turned him a little bit. He's got hot. He's thumping him in the head now with his fists and stuff like that, which I thought was quite. I mean, there's no way that crowd would have obviously understood that because they don't know that it's not a thing in Japanese wrestling. But I quite like that, like little sort of sprinkle of something there.
Yeah, I can't remember what the finish was exactly.
The finish was like back head heel kick or something. One of a
it was Enziguri, but it was a back leg heel kick. Exactly that.
Yeah,
exactly that.
It was a bit underwhelming because the camera was kind of zoomed out at the time, and it kind of didn't look much because I think the camera weight was a bit funky. So it was a bit of an underwhelming finish, I thought.
I'm going to counter that from what I've just said about the cameras around the ring.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great finish because the ring has 30 people around taking photos.
Yes, yeah,
like all fucking intrigued what's happening. What lets it down is a massive space around it.
Yeah,
you actually get because you can't let people that close to the ring.
Yeah.
In case an old man flies out.
I like that ending. I like that ending, and I like that. I mean, the production for the entire thing is great because the commentary's pretty awful. But like it's 90s production, like particularly in the way that it's shown. It's fine.
I feel like it is a miracle this videotape even made it out. Like when you think about it. But yeah, so they have a nice little celebration at the end, don't they? And they both get like given vases, I guess.
Yeah, they vase.
I showed the picture of people and like Chris was like, "Is that a Ming vase?" I'm like, "No idea." Maybe just friggin' some kind of North Korean national treasure that they just gave Ric Flair.
Which I bet Rick sold in order to pay for his fourth wife's divorce legal fees or something like that.
Right. This is pretty standard though. Can I read what happened after? I'm going to take this off the Wikipedia page.
Go for it.
Because from what I told you earlier on about how Ali basically said motherfuckers and like Rick was scared, this is where this comes into like being important. Following the event, North Korean officials requested that Flair read a statement that the nation had the capability to dominate the United States, though Flair declined and instead made a statement wherein he expressed praise for the beautiful and peaceful country of North Korea and said, "His Excellency Kim Il-sung will always be with us." In late 1995, an image taken during the event showing a bloody Flair being beaten by Inoki was featured on propaganda leaflets that were dropped by the North Korean government over Seoul.
Oh my god.
And then, after that, they got the first plane out to, the following morning, first plane out to Japan.
Yeah.
When Ric Flair got onto the tarmac in I think in Tokyo, he got down on his knee, kissed the ground, and said, "That's it, we're all going out." And they got completely fucked in Tokyo for like 3 days
to get rid of, to smooth over that trauma.
Exorcise the demons. That's what they were doing.
Yeah,
with booze and coke.
Yeah, because I think I heard that too, that they wanted them to like renounce America and stuff, which is 100% illegal according to the US sort of state and stuff about like anti-communism laws and things like that.
But I think because the whole Ali thing, he was like wanted to get out.
Yeah,
which you can kind of get.
Like Scott Norton, like, goes missing. Maybe that doesn't make news, but if Ric Flair, that's an international incident.
In 1995,
that's a big deal.
Oh yeah,
it's a big old deal.
So that was the collision. It happened.
Much collision, much wow.
People don't like to talk about it anymore.
There are worse pay-per-views.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, Heroes of Wrestling was worse than this in terms of actual wrestling.
Well, I mean, it's one of the worst pay-per-views of all time. But
but it felt safe.
I would love to see the rest of the matches there. Like Scott Norton headlined the first day against Hashimoto. Like, I would love to see everything that came before that.
Well, sorry to disappoint, but the footage is gone forever.
You don't know that.
It'll be like the director's cut of Event Horizon, where it gets found in a Transylvanian salt mine 20 years later. Something like that.
Yeah, Bischoff lives in one of those, I've heard.
No, doesn't he live in a Colorado salt mine or something like that? He's probably buried in the back,
but like
back desert yard.
Need to talk a little bit more about Bischoff, because he speaks very highly of this whole experience, and he's like, I did that. I had the biggest wrestling show in the world on, and he doesn't say anything negative or any, he doesn't say that it could have.
Because he's a carny.
I know.
There are 16 pay-per-views that WWE did not put on the network.
Yeah.
This is one of them, because you can't have it beating the 93,000 of WrestleMania 3.
Exactly.
You can't have it on there.
I just can't believe Bischoff to this day won't say anything sort of not even remotely remorseful about the whole thing. It's just he thinks it was a great business decision, and that's it.
I got 350,000 people into a stadium in North Korea. Nobody else has done that ever. That's my legacy.
And he's like, he literally says like, Vince can't say that, and it's just like, can you just drop it? Like, how many years? He
didn't even help peace either. Your fucking main event ended up being used as a propaganda tool the following year. It achieved nothing.
Inoki did not get re-elected apparently this time, so it didn't work for him either in this instance.
But he did later. He also did a later mixed martial arts wrestling event, like 2015 or 2016.
Yeah.
Which for some in North Korea, which did not garner for some reason anywhere near the same amount of coverage. Nobody knows anything about it. He did another 2-day event. I don't think he had the clout to try and get New Japan or
any
All
American
Japan or
people
anyone
over
else
there.
over there. So it was a thing that's been forgotten. He did try again.
Yeah, he was a spooky man in ways, a scary man.
Spooky man.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a fun little deep dive into.
Well, I'm sorry I chose something that wasn't bad wrestling this time.
No, it was good wrestling, but bad vibes. So kind of balanced out in the end.
Yeah. Next time I'll choose something horrific.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I don't even know what's worse than this and Heroes of Wrestling. Actually,
something.
I mean, it could have Ric Flair's last match where he becomes legally dead during it or something.
That's not recorded, is it?
I don't know. I think so.
I don't think that match is on film.
Okay, and so it's just people have just seen like full-on clips afterwards or something.
People recording in the crowd.
Maybe. I heard there was some kind of Nikolai Volkov like gym floor wrestling match somewhere. There's a bottom of the barrel somewhere. We'll find it one day.
We will.
But Sloop, I think you had a little tease at the start there that you had another choice in the chamber.
I was gonna go for a TNA pay-per-view.
I
don't know if I should go with the one that I know is fucking terrible.
I mean, remember as well, I'm a TNA fan from the old wrestling channel back on Sky, so will Goldust be there under his character he refuses to talk about, and we'll block you on social media if you ask him about it?
I still remember that TWC logo coming in.
Oh yeah,
good time.
Might I do that? I might go for a poopy one.
Will Abyss be there?
Abyss may be on there. I was thinking, because I remember watching it last year at some point, because it was on YouTube and it was shite. So I might. Do I want to go? Honest question. Do you want us to go for a dog shit TNA pay-per-view that I don't think is very good? Or an actual one that's not that bad?
The only one I don't want to watch is Lockdown, because that is bad, but not in the fun way.
What year lockdown? Like all
the
of them.
first one, probably with like the electric cage and all that.
Oh shit!
Bullshit.
Yeah, okay. Right. Okay then.
That's the one that Sloop was going to suggest.
No. No.
I draw the line
now
at
you're having
lockdown.
to look for your second one.
No, I've got two in mind if we're gonna go for dog shit ones.
Okay. Go with your heart. Go on.
Okay, I'm going to ask this right now. Are these dog shit because the entire event is dog shit, or because one match is dog shit? Because that was a big TNA thing.
Quite a lot of dog. Yeah, TNA is funny. I've watched a few of the pay-per-views now where it's a real mixed bag a lot of the time. Real mixed bag. But I want to go for one that is kind of quite dog shitty.
How many sides does the ring have? That usually tells you something as well.
So I'm either thinking Genesis 2010.
Oh!
The other one was Victory Road 2009, but that's notoriously shit. I don't know if I could watch that again.
Yes.
Especially for one of the worst women's matches I've ever seen, if not the worst one. I
think that answers your question then. If you don't want to watch that one.
Or Bound for Glory 2014. Because that's not a very good pay-per-view either.
That... Oh my god, is that...
it was the one that didn't... with
3 versus...
EC3 is in it, yes.
Oh, who the fuck? He's not main event.
No, he's quite far down. So he's Ethan Carter the third.
It was the following year he was. Oh fuck! EC3
so
again.
The 2014 Bound for Glory is
it's not the first Spud match, is it?
No.
No, because that's good. The EC3 Spud.
No, it's not Spud.
Good.
Is Jeff Jarrett wrestling at the any of them
Bound
that he
for
suggested?
Glory is not on that one, but is he on Genesis? No, he would have gone by 2010 because I think he'd had a falling out with Dixie Carter, so he wasn't there. But Genesis 2010.
Okay.
Maybe so we'll do that one.
I do like Neon Genesis Evangelion, the anime, so if it's anything like that.
But you've got it's not great.
Lock it in. I like it. It sounds great.
Okay.
Oh,
fine.
Hang on. It's that one. Oh, God, I can't believe you're not having me on. Oh,
I mean, you can come on for it.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'd kind of love to because there's one match on there which is fucking horrendous.
There's nothing in the rule book that says you can't guess twice
what I'm talking about.
in a row.
It's not very good, yeah.
Yeah, we'll work out the logistics, but I like the sound of that. So TNA Genesis 2010.
I'll not do Victory Road 2009 because it's too obvious. It's everybody knows it's dog shit.
Yeah.
So I'd rather get one that is a bit more dog shitty, but isn't
has
as
some meat
talked
on the
about.
bone.
Yeah, it's not been dog shit.
Who was EC3 against in that 2014 one? If it's not a Spud,
it is Ryoto Hammer, who because it was the crossover they did with Japanese promotion 2014 Bound for Glory.
Is the video game character Suicide gonna show up?
Hey, I'm Suicide. I'm modeled by Christopher Daniels.
I was gonna say, like, Sleep, you do know the story of that, don't you?
I do.
It's so stupid, but anyhow, we will cross the line next time and finally look at TNA.
TNA Genesis.
We'll see who shows up. It could be anyone because it's TNA, the company that will not die.
No, it's like a cockroach. It'll nuke it. It'll still be crawling around.
Yeah.
2010 TNA is where it gets bad. It's not that's where it wouldn't die. It's not that point where it's completely awful. It's just getting to that point.
Oh no, the wouldn't die crack was the surprise that it's still going. It's still going to this day. But yeah, we'll hit that next time. Probably in a month ish, give or take. But thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks for anyone who's joined us live. Thanks for anyone watching on the catch up or listening on Spotify. Sorry, we talked about a JPEG of Ric Flair's tummy.
Yeah. We need to do alt text. Can we do a quick alt text for that image? There is a blue mat with black ropes and red and yellow post. Antonio Inoki is lying on his back and sort of touching his region, and Ric Flair is standing over him doing a little leg wiggle with purple pants on and a little bit of an under boob shadow and Nick Carter hair. And there are a bunch of people behind in the audience under duress looking on in awe in suits. There you go.
Beautiful.
End alt text.
Exactly. But thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you on the total non-stop next time. Bye everyone.
That's flawless, Jake. Well done.
Simple.